Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome to episode 3 of The Journeyman. Before we do get into things, please do smash the like button on this video, and please do subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. But let's get into the video and waste no time. The big question is, did we stay at Sevilla B or did we go to Swansea? The answer to that question is, we went to Swansea. That's right, we fancy the challenge. It's a bit of a step up, might be too soon, you never know, but I fancy the challenge. They're a very good club to manage. Obviously, they don't have the best squad, but we're here to change that. We're here to try and get them into them playoff spots if we can in the first season. But this is the squad that they do have, so they've got a decent selection of players, I'm not going to be honest. The one thing I will say is they don't have an aging squad too much. Like, the age of a lot of these players aren't actually too bad at all. Obviously, there's a lot of, like, low 20s there, a few middle-aged 20s as well. One thing I will say, obviously, we know Grimes, you know, like Perot. Perot's actually a very good striker. But one thing I will say is they're not the favourites to win. They're not the favourites to go up, any of this, because obviously, they had a very poor season. I think there you can see 15th, I believe. That could just be where we took over, actually. Don't quote me on that. But they were around that position anyway. They were like 12th or something when we took them over. So our aim is to try and get them into the playoffs. It's going to be a big ask to get them automatically promoted or to get them promoted through playoffs in the first season, considering the transfer budget that we did have. So, if we take a couple of minutes then just to look at the team, see how it lines up on paper, we are going to be using the GYR FM Swansea V3 tactic, again, because it is one of my favourite tactics at this state of the game. At this stage, not state, this stage of the game. So we've got the likes of Fisher, Lawrence, Mawson, Cabango, who's currently on holiday, Saronlia, Mitchum, Grimes, Smallbone, Obafemi, Patterson, and Perot on the pitch, also with Garrick, Bennett, Downs, Whittaker, Manning, Cullen and Cooper, Liam Walsh and Basufa on the bench, who we do need to register. So this team, don't get me wrong, there could be worse. There could be worse teams. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I know every single one of these players. I probably know about 5 out of the starting 11. I'm going to be 100% honest. There's no point lying about this. But we got given next to nothing when it comes to money. I mean, next to nothing. So in terms of transfers, it wasn't going to happen, guys. It wasn't going to happen. I tried installments. I tried everything. It was not going to happen. So what I had to do is I had to loan someone in. I'm going to show you the guy we loaned in. Now, don't get too excited because it's not no superstar. It's a player who I think could do well in this division, to be honest. And he was loan listed. And he was the one player who was willing to actually take a bit of a pay cut to come and play for us. Because obviously, a lot of clubs want you to pay all the wages. So this is the player that we've managed to loan in. So that player is going to be Tyler Roberts, previously of Leeds United. And he is honestly a fantastic player. He can play, well, obviously up front, which we don't really need him for. He'll be playing more on the left, but he can play pretty much anywhere on the wing, even an attack and playmaker, and also as a pressing forward. His attributes, yeah, they're not going to be world-class at all. But at the end of the day, he's a loanee. He was one of the few players from the Prem that did want to take the step down. Maybe not didn't want to personally, but he was loan listed, so it's not too much of a drop down if you're going to get experience. He's only 23. His wages weren't too bad, to be honest with you, so that is another key factor in why he was the guy that we got in. And to be honest, he just gives us an option because one of the toughest divisions to play in world football is the Championship and the lower leagues compared to that, because especially in England, because of the amount of games you have to play, it is absolutely relentless. Absolutely relentless. The players get so tired. You always see, if you do a championship save right now, you get towards the last 10, 15 games of the season, last 10 individually, specifically, then it becomes a real grind. The players are knackered. Everyone's tired. It's such a grind. It really is. Definitely one of the hardest leagues that I personally have managed in. But let's go over and start into the season. And with this episode, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all of the goals from the games, because I liked how last episode was made, but watching it back, it was just like, I like the style of fitting a whole episode, a whole season into an episode, guys, but I don't want to miss out on little details. And I feel like all these, you know, videos where, like my last video, for example, where I'd show a highlight or goals from one game, then I'll just show you screenshots of the results. It's all right, but you guys want to see the goals, right? Who doesn't want to see some goals? So let's get in to the start of the season. So we are going to start off this video, or this season, with a 3-0 win away to Hull. Now, yes, we did play friendlies. I'm not going to include them because they weren't exciting. They were against pretty small teams. We won 3 out of 3, scoring some really high scoring goals, scoring some great goals, and really giving us confidence to go into this season and hopefully try and get into them playoff spots. Obafemi down here with a ball over into Pyro, and honestly, this guy I knew was going to be a danger. I looked at his attributes and he looked incredible, and he is going to be the guy that puts us 1-0 up. He then goes through again here, Pyro, takes it out wide, looks for the pass back into Obafemi, into Tyler Roberts on his debut. People that doubted, there we go, on his debut with the goal. Manning with the ball on this left-hand side, ball into Tyler Roberts, back in, ball across, and Nitcham gets the 3rd goal. And this was a game which we did deserve to win, guys. We really did. Obviously, the stats are all in our favour. 21 shots, 12 on target, sitting with a 2.09 XG. Also dominating possession. So this game, for the first game of the season, what a way to start. We then go over and we play Northampton in the EFL First Cup, which was an absolute stampeding of a game. They go down to 10 men as well, but this was a very easy game. We need to just lower this a little bit. Here we go. So, Manning with the ball here down the left-hand side, into Grimes, ball in, into Patterson. I was playing a strong team because I do want to keep as many wins on the bounce as we can possibly get to keep the momentum going. We've got Swansea down here on the right, into Nitcham, back in, ball across into Obafemi. The very dodgy parry from the keeper, and Patterson makes that 2-0. 4 goals come after the red card. So this is where Northampton went from steady to all the way down. And this is where the goals come. A beautiful header in there. Actually, wow, okay. McWilliams with the own goal there. Obafemi, ball, tries to get the ball in, but it's a good clearance. Back into Obafemi. Again, the keeper's having an absolute mare. You can't even blame the defence for some of these. Mawson a ball in here to Grimes, into Garrick, who come on recently, into Colin, and bam. Beautiful goal. Not much the keeper could have done there. But this game was an ugly one. Grimes here, again, 6-0. What a game. I know it's against a team that we should be beaten. I'm not saying, that, it was a miracle result, but the stats were absolutely brutal. And what ended up being a 6-0 win. So two games shown, 2 wins. Into the next one. We then head over to Luton. Well, we're playing at home, but we end playing Luton, sorry. And it ended up being a 2-2 draw in a game which I thought that we could win. They do go 1-0 up as well here with a ball through into Williams. It's a beautiful finish. Not much can be done there from the goalkeeper. We then intercept the ball beautifully there. Tyler Roberts with the ball here. Is he going to cross it? Cuts it back into Perot. And that header into the top corner is second to none. This is the annoying bit, though, because we do find ourselves going 2-1 up from Manning in the 67th minute, but they respond and almost instantly bail down this left-hand side. Not enough pressure coming in. Ball across, and Cornick with the ball there makes it 2-2. And to be honest, it was a game which I am going to say we deserve to win because we dominated the stats. But, in this division, any division in football, if you don't take your chances, you're going to get punished. So, unfortunately, we do end the game 90 minutes done and dusted with a 2-2 draw. I then made it my personal mission to make sure that we bounced back instantly, and we did that in what was a 7-goal thriller against Rotherham away. We go 1-0 up there with Grimes right down the middle, a beautiful penalty. We actually find ourselves going 2-0 up here as well quite early on. A beautiful ball from Grimes into Obafemi, who arguably done one of the worst Panenkas. I don't know how the goalkeeper didn't save it, but we will take it. I thought the goalkeeper would have saved that though. But to be fair, the first half, guys, 41 minutes in, 3-0 up, as we can see here. Obafemi with the ball, cuts it across, and Tyler Roberts, one hell of a signing so far. They do manage to get a goal back early on into the second half here. Down the right-hand side, ball across into Washington, who is... the marking's abysmal there, it really is. We do bounce back with another goal here into Swansea with a beautiful bit of burst of pace. And again, the goalkeeper's in cuckoo land. It's a free goal at the near post, and... in this division, any division of football, you can't be leaving the goal open like that. They then have a throw-in with Kayode. It's an absolute howler from our goalkeeper, an absolute howler. Luckily, Grimes is absolutely sensational from the penalty spot, and it ends 5-2. A couple of goalkeeping absolute howlers there, but that is what you're going to see in this division, guys. We haven't got world-class goalkeepers. They can only do the best of their ability, and they are still sort of improving, if we're honest. No disrespect, but as you can see, guys, it was a game we absolutely dominated. I'm talking 4.3 on XG. We dominated the ball, dominated the shots on target, and, the back four actually had very good match rating. So, I mean, To be honest, I'm not too gutted about the 2 goals we let in. Would it have been nice to keep a clean sheet? Yeah, it would. But I know, and I'm happy to say that, I'm not happy to say, but I'm more than happy to admit, sorry, that the back line we have isn't the best. The goalkeeper's not the best, but, you know, that's why we're here. We're here to work with the lads, make them better, and we'll take that any day a week, any day of the week, can't pronounce my words, in a 5-2 win. We then play Premier League, I'm going to say it, Premier League giants compared to us in Brighton, in what was one of the more remarkable wins we're probably going to see this season. A 2-0 win against Brighton to knock them out of the cup, and what a game this was. Again, beautiful burst of pace down here. It's a big howler from the goalkeeper. Let's watch that again, actually. Let's watch that again. Oh no, hang on, not key highlights. Let's go to goals. Down the right-hand side then. This was to put us 1-0 up. It's absolutely abysmal from the goalkeeper, but we will take it. He's celebrating that goal as well. Tyler Roberts into Fulton, ball over the top, Obafemi all the way in, and there we go. Goalkeeper couldn't do anything about that one. So, a game realistically, which, well, I mean, we dominated, so we didn't get lucky. We dominated the game, but that first goal was definitely a little bit, lucky. But who did they have in goal? Shreppen. To be fair, I reckon they probably did play a bit of rotation. Although he doesn't look too bad. Very interesting, very interesting. But I'm not gonna complain. At the end of the day, thanks to that, and thanks to another goal from Obafemi, we progressed in the Carabao Cup. We're definitely not looking to, well, we are looking to win it. I don't think we will win it. But any step further we get in the Carabao Cup is an achievement. So let's get in to the next game of the season. Before we do get into the next game though, guys, if you are enjoying this video so far, please do leave a like on the video. It really does mean a lot to me when I see you guys interact with the video. And please do comment below of what you think of the decision of me going to Swansea. And please do subscribe to the channel. But let's get in to the next game against QPR. So on this channel, guys, I don't like to disappoint. 8 goals this game. 8 goals. Cabango with the ball here. Into Mitcham, ball over the top, and Obafemi, what a player he's been, by the way. I'm sorry, he's been absolutely sensational. We then have an awful pass there. Amos intercepts it, ball through here, into Rosé, and just like that, a beautiful goal for them as well, to tie it up at 1-1. They then go 2-1 up here with a beautiful ball in. Again, I've got to question the goalkeeper going so far out of position to try and win it back. But again, oh wow, that is not good either. Again, when I saw this, because I did play each of these games, when I saw this happen and we find ourselves 3-1 down, I thought, oh man, this is going to be a start of something shambolic, especially with the goal that you've just seen, because that is one of the worst bits of defending you're ever going to see. But we managed to really buckle up, get our heads in the game, and Obafemi here touches it down, ball back in to Mitcham, into Swansea, ball across, and who else but Patterson to get a goal. And this is where the goals start coming in. Grimes with a beautiful penalty down the middle, so much power the goalkeeper couldn't even get a hand to it. It was so quick. Puts a ball in the box. Cabango, Obafemi out the back stick. And Obafemi has been such a good player, guys. Such a good player. A player who I knew was going to be probably one of our best. But I didn't think he'd be doing this good, if I'm being brutally honest. Manham with a ball into Grimes. Takes his time. Back into Manham. Ball over into Patterson. And there we go. That is another goal. And I'm going to say what a comeback. Because to be honest, you know, we were 3-1 down. We come back. Made it 5-3. In a game which I'm going to say we definitely deserve to win. More possession, more better XG, more shots on target, more shots overall. And it is going to be Patterson, or actually Grimes, going to be getting man of the match, dropping a 9 match rating. What a game from him. But let's go into the next game of the season. We then have one hell of a game against Brentford in what was a 3-2 win with a lot of late game drama. It's actually going to be Brentford that go 1-0 up with a set piece again. Something that we are not good at defending so far. Again, something we've really got to work on. We do equalise, though, with a set piece of our own coming in. It's actually going to be, it looked like an own goal from Norgard. So a bit of a blessing there. They do find themselves 2-1 up with some sensational play into Canos, who tucks it in the near post. And to be honest, goalkeeper, again, I think has to be doing better. You can't leave your near post open. It's rule 1 of goalkeeping. It really is. The basics are the basics. We do manage to get back into the game with a ball over the top into Garrick. Squares it across, Tyler Roberts there. And this is the point where most managers be like, yeah, do you know what? We'll take a point here. Why not? Me? nah, we want to go for the win. So I kept the attacking sort of mentality. I told the players to push up. I told them to get involved because I could taste blood. And luckily, we get a penalty in the 92nd minute here. And there's a lot of pressure on the young man's shoulders. Cullen tucks it into the bottom left. And just like that, we find ourselves winning the game. And to be honest, we did deserve to win it. They did have more of the ball, which was quite, you know, clear as day when I was watching the game. But it's all about the result. And just like, you know, as Mourinho would say, you know, I don't know how he would say, but how he would play doesn't have to be pretty. You don't have to be the nice guy. Just get the results. And that is what we've done. We then, unfortunately, go down to 10 men and lose 1-0 to Fulham in a game which I knew was going to be difficult because Fulham have got a good side. And Solomon just goes around the goalkeeper, makes an absolute mockery of him. And to be honest, it was a game which they did deserve to win. I don't want to say I'm going to sound like such an excuse maker now, but fatigue is getting to the players. It really is getting to the players at this point. We're playing so many games back to back to back. And because we're still in the Cups, we're carrying on playing in the Cups. This was a game which was so close to our last fixture. And I could tell that the players weren't up for it from the get-go. And unfortunately, we do end up slipping to Fulham. I'm not going to say slipping because at the end of the day, they are a good side. But considering our start, we're getting put into the talks of, you know, title contenders, title favourites. But unfortunately, we fall quite short against Fulham. Things go from bad to worse. We then go and play Millwall in a way. Never a ground you want to go to. We then, you know, it was negative from the start. I mean, it's a great bit of play down here. And what a header from Marquinhos. I'm sorry. That header is prime CR7. Absolutely sensational bullet header. No chance for the goalkeeper. And things just get worse. We couldn't equalise. It's an absolute shambolic bit of defending from, I think that's Mawson there. And it's an easy goal for Afobe. And to be honest, in a game which I'm going to say we did deserve to probably get a point, to be honest, because we dominated the stats in pretty much every aspect. But if you don't take chances, you don't get results. And it's going to be Mawson going home with his head in between his legs because what an absolute embarrassing performance from him. I then realised at this point that, look, we've got to seriously start getting our act together if we want to even remain in sort of the playoff spots. Because although it's a very, very early start to the season, we were doing so well. So when you start to see sudden decline, alarm bells start ringing. So I pulled the lads in for a team meeting and something clearly clicked because we then go away to Luton in what was a 4-2 win. Obafemi with the ball, cuts it across, awful bit of goalkeeping, but we've got to be there to score, and Patterson is. They then equalise almost instantly after, unfortunately, with a ball over into Watmore, into Berry, who just scores an absolute rocker. And goals like that I never get too annoyed about because you've got to admire the quality. And, you know, it's not really defender's fault, not really the goalkeeper's fault. It's just a piece of individual quality, which you can't knock at the end of the day. We do manage to take the lead again here, though, with Obafemi into Patterson. Great bit of play, beautiful link up. Obafemi again, who has by far been our best player, who scores another goal. We then are able to... Are we able to get a goal here? No, they're able to get a goal here. Again, one weakness I'm going to say, and you guys have probably seen this over and over. When a team play a long ball over the top of our back line, our defenders haven't got the grasp heading it that way. They head it back towards the goal, and it causes so many issues, as Luton Town do equalise here, in a game which the goalkeeper couldn't do anything about. A shambolic defending, abysmal defending, and stuff like that will cost you. So we've really got to buckle up and sort that out. We luckily do end up getting another goal here, though, with Obafemi, the main man, into Mitcham, who squares it across, and it's beautiful play. Maybe the defending could have been better their end, but beautiful play from us. Grimes, disgusting challenge there. Ogbeta with the ball into Mitcham on the volley, and that is one of the best goals we have seen this episode. One hell of a goal, and he does... Oh, it's actually Grimes. This player Grimes here, by the way, what a player he is. I mean, pretty much everything about him. Definitely one of our best players. He is 27, so he's still got a few years left in him as well. But a very deserved performance. Not the best display from Roberts, but I never... It's difficult with Roberts because I sometimes play him up top. I sometimes play him on the right. I play him on the left. He's just there to sort of not make up numbers. I don't want to disrespect him, but he plays so many roles. He doesn't really get a chance to settle in. But this is the stats then, and it was definitely a game which we did deserve to win. Like I said, one of the goals they scored was purely down to a defensive mishap. How many times am I going to say that this season? How many times? I do not know. But it's something we do need to work on because, again, if we do pull off the miracle of going up in the Premier League, going up to the Premier League, this defence has got to get sorted out, because Championship teams will punish you. Premier League teams will ruin you. That's just how it is. But that is going to be it for today, guys. We have played 10 games in the Championship so far, and we are absolutely flying. A couple of mishaps, I'm going to be honest, in terms of results. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please do smash the like button. It means a lot when I see you engage with the video. And please do comment if you're happy with how these videos are sort of being laid out. I do want to make sure you guys get to see all of the goals. So that is why you are going to probably see around 2, possibly 3 episodes per season. It's still going to be very cut down, so you guys don't have to watch loads to see exactly how we do. But I don't want you guys to miss out on the big details. And I feel like if I'm forced to squeeze it into one season, there's going to be so much important stuff missed out. But that is going to be it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.